The Manly Sea Eagles taken out by Max Krilich. And the team, including Graham Eadie, of course, who's playing his 199th first-grade game for the Sea Eagles today. There's the team in its entirety, with Rebo out on the flank, Davis on the other, Booth, Close, Thompson, Chisholm, Walker, Boyd, McCabe, Broadhurst, Krilich and Gerard. They're coached by Ray Ritchie. This man has been either on the back page or the front page earlier in the week. He was able to beat the charge of the referee from last Sunday's match. But nevertheless, if you're Les Boyd, it must be in your mind all the time that you can't do too much. You certainly can't infringe too often. To the north, to meet the Eagles here at Brookvale, Craig Young, the captain. But what a disappointing performance we've seen from a couple of their forwards in recent weeks. But Rod Reddy is back in this match today in that second row berth. The team is Johnson, Sorodimi, Graham, Quinn, Beattie, Trudgett, Morris, Buckley, Reddy, Jansen, Young, Dowling and Jarvis, and I do think still there are a
play from dummy half. St George defence looks pretty good. The only isolated break was created by that very clever slip pass from Rocket Reddy.
Manly on the St George 22. Comments coming from former international Keith Barnes, and a slip of a pass from Walker. And Manly are over. Yes! Yes! Absolute brute strength from Paul McCabe. McCabe, the try scorer. Walker, how he got the ball away, I'm not certain. As he was able to make the 22 on the last tackle now. Thompson thought he might have chipped. Oh, dear, oh dear. Les Boyd has been given a welcome, but Gosha went straight to the chest and said, chest high. And Jarvis was the tackler. Heavy stuff.
Yes, and there's been a lot of criticism in recent weeks about the so-called heavy stuff from St George. But a lot of people should hearken back to the great days of St George when they won those 11 premierships in a row. And they rode home on a lot of the authority provided by a pretty strong pack of forwards in those days.
4G Trudgett's pass was close to Quinn. Forward. Morris to play it. We're midway between 22 and halfway. St George's end of the ground. Johnson, quick passing. Beattie. Boyd's tackle. Johnson up on the left flank. He's beaten Davis. This will be a try. Oh, yes. Sorodimi, thank you very much.
Yes, and a top try too, and one that came at a good time for St George. There's nothing much between these two teams out here this afternoon, and both teams playing very...
McCabe, who's already scored one. Saints leading by 2. They're looking good at the moment. The moment they put it together, they'll score. Walker, Eadie, there it is. Yes, Eagles. 8 points to 7.
Yes, well, full marks to Alan Thompson, of course. He's the instinct.
Rebo. Midway between 22 and halfway. Thompson to Thompson. With an eye. And the big man taken very heavily.
Yeah,
Jarvis came up holding Jarvis was holding his face. I think he may have got an elbow. A loose one. Here's a chance. Philip Graham saving.
Yes, it was one of those terrible bounces that every fullback hates, and Johnson couldn't quite get to the ball on the full, and then when it did bounce, it bounced right back away from him and left him no chance, and it was a good save by Graham.
I don't think these two sides can possibly carry this pace on for much longer. Walker. Oh, Walker! What a great run!
And what a great tackle.
Sensational run. Krilich, I think, was tackled, not in possession. That's not... Broadhurst. Krilich! Krilich! It's a try! he gets very close to the action here, and I don't know that he helps St George.
And I don't think they're playing to their advantage up at this stage anyhow.
Here's Buckley. Now Beattie, Trudgett. Good swerve by Trudgett. Boyd made the tackle. Morris gaining another 8 metres. Alan Thompson and Mark Broadhurst jointly doing the defence. Ready. Short ball for Jarvis. He went through a rather limp tackle from McCabe. He sent Beattie off on a run to the line, which has ended a metre short. Stuart Davis, the tackler. McCabe's attempt at tackling was fairly pathetic for an international, and Reddy's in. Has he got it down? Yes. Well, we've got to go back a couple of plays to see a missed tackle from Paul McCabe, which allowed...
Wasn't funny play the ball.
Well, it was. Well, that was funny. Grillage has actually grabbed Broadhurst and flung him back into the dummy half possession. As if to say, what are you doing standing in front of me? Thompson kicks. They're all in a little bunch. The 26 of them bar the wingers. Graham back on his own 22. Beautiful tackle. Oh, this match has got everything tonight. Morris gets back. He almost stands back at fullback, shallow, and runs on to a pass from a man like Young or Trudgett. And here he is following a kick from Young. Michael Eden, you did very well, son. Very well. Tackled on halfway by Wins, put it down.
Well, the big thing, of course, is that the Manly defence is so safe now, and certainly they are looking to spin the ball out across the field with Johnson coming in, but Manly, they're moving up quickly. They're keeping their line intact, their defensive pattern pretty strongly and pretty well all the time, and they're making sure of their tackles. And, of course, that little bit of zip now has gone out to the St George side.
Thompson, away goes Teasdale. That's a try. That's the ball game. But I must admit I'm racking my brain to remember a game that I've enjoyed more than this game. Some have paralleled it, but I'm talking about more being the operative word. It's been a thoroughly enjoyable experience.
It's had everything as far as I'm concerned. There's been some powerhouse defence, there's been some great attacking play, there's been some creative football, and it's been a real match, and I don't think the score is 20-10 truly indicative of the difference between the teams. There's not 10 points between the two teams.
You know the funny part though, Keith, every time I say something like that, somebody will come out in the paper tomorrow and say,
yes,
what a sloppy affair.
Well, we can only give our opinions, can't we? And that's all we can do. But, you know, St George have come close to scoring on a couple of occasions. Just take that tray-saving tackle from Graham Eadie just 5 or 10 minutes ago. That could have changed the whole trend of the game. And then we saw Thompson, of course, come back with that great individual burst to virtually wrap up the game and make it appear as if Manly have been comfortable winners.
Thompson.
But
that's Jowett with the ball now.
It must be remembered that that Manly have overcome a couple of hurdles, haven't they? Losing Gerard and Boyd and Chisholm. You know, that's a great loss for
McCabe, and that man is Teasdale. That's touchdown number 2, and he threw the left hand in the air and said, hey, I'm having a picnic out here. You watch the victory sign from Teasdale. It's got a touch of Shane McKellar. He tries. Philip Graham, 2 goals from 3 attempts. Our scrums at the moment, 9-8 St George. Penalties, 13-7 to Manly. Errors, Manly 18, St George 15. And match rating, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
McCabe. Walker. Oh dear, that hurt. That hurt. If you could see his face in close-up, you'd know that that tackle really took the sting out of Bruce Walker. That probably was one of the tackles of the match, and it's come in the last minute, and it's left Walker grabbing or clutching And his arm is Graham Wynn. Oh, he tried
The other side.
he tried the high step through, and he left himself as an easy prey for McCabe's tackle. This man is stoned. Siren, that's the end of it. And I reckon they're all saying, thank goodness for that. What a game. Manly, 25, defeating St George 10.
Try. That was really the straw that broke the camel's back, or in this case, the dragon's back. And so therefore I gave the Man of the Match award from National to Alan Thompson. Congratulations, a superb game, and you played the last 30 minutes with one leg.